Hi, I've been wanting to do a series on the millennial kingdom. I believe the millennial kingdom is something that is too often not focused on or overlooked or maybe misunderstood. And in particular, in the church age, I believe we're living in the church age from the day of Pentecost until the rapture by Jesus Christ of his church. We see the church age come in very abruptly at Pentecost. We believe it will end very abruptly with the gathering up of the church at the end of the church age. And so we that are living in the church age tend to really focus on heaven. We talk a lot about heaven. We want to talk about going to heaven, spending eternity in heaven, being with Jesus in heaven, seeing our loved ones in heaven. Heaven's our focus. And we talk about new bodies in heaven, no pain in heaven, no tears in heaven, and spending eternity with Christ. And well, we should. But I believe in the midst of that, we're overlooking the 1,000-year millennial reign of Christ. We see the Jewish people in the Old Testament, they were focused on the kingdom. We see that often with the followers, disciples of Jesus Christ, as they were really focused when Jesus was on earth of when he was setting up his kingdom or what seats they might have in the kingdom. We see that kind of culminating with the grand entrance into Jerusalem at the triumphal entry a week before his death, when they thought he was going to liberate them politically and militarily, that he was coming to restore their independence and throw off the Roman government and establish his role on the throne. And that's not what Jesus came for the first time. We know that. He came the first time in humility, and he came to die, and he came to pay the price for man's sin. And so he brought us the salvation and the plan of redemption through his first coming to earth. But he's coming again. And I'm not talking about the rapture. I'm talking about the second coming of Jesus Christ at the end of the tribulation period, when the armies have gathered together at the Battle of Armageddon. And Jesus Christ comes back. The Bible says the redeemed will come with him, riding on white horses. We will defeat Jesus Christ, of course, with the word of his mouth. Will defeat the Antichrist, the powers of Satan. He will save the nation of Israel. The Battle of Armageddon will end very abruptly, and Jesus Christ will come on the scene, and he will establish his kingdom. These are things, again, the Jewish people have been focused on. That's what they're looking forward to. They've been looking for the kingdom and David's throne that will reign forever. And when Israel, Jerusalem, would be the center of the world, center of religion in the world, center of worship in the world, center of power in the world. And that's going to happen. Jesus Christ is going to come back. He's going to defeat the Antichrist, defeat Satan. Satan will be bound for 1,000 years, literal 1,000-year time. And Jesus Christ is going to establish himself on the throne of David. He will be the ruler, and he will rule and reign the world in peace. Some of the unique things that are going to happen during that 1,000-year millennial reign are he's going to remove the sin curse. That's when, once again, the lion will be able to lay down with the lamb. We won't have that constant battle and that constant fear. The world will be prosperous. The Bible tells us things like we'll turn our weapons of war into articles or tools of agriculture, as that'll be the predominance. We won't need the defense systems that we have now, and Jesus Christ will rule and reign. What all the church's role is in that, I think we don't know a lot of that. The Bible gives us some indication. We're going to look at that. And then really important, I think, is that idea of the inheritance. That which we have done on earth will matter a great deal in the kingdom to come. The reward that we earn will be of benefit to us in the millennial kingdom. That's not something that will be important in eternity to come. when we're with him in heaven forever, but for 1,000-year reign with him, what we do on this earth is going to matter. And there's a lot of verses about that. We probably don't, as a church, focus on that enough. And I want to do that in this ongoing series. We want to look at the millennium. We want to look at the fact that it's a literal period, a literal 1,000 years. The Bible gives us a lot of important information on that, the timelines and so forth. We're going to look in great detail at the time, the 1,000 years, literal kingdom here upon the earth. We're going to look at the role of Israel. Israel will be the center point in all of this. And so we're going to look at the role of Israel in the millennial kingdom and the important place that holds, especially in Bible prophecy. We're going to look at the role of the church. What do we do as a church age? Those that have accepted Christ in these last 2,000 years. What's our role in this? What do we do in this period and so forth? I think the Bible gives us some indication on that. And then that idea of inheritance and reward, not just in a positive way. I think there's some inheritance there in a negative way too. Maybe we're going to look in great detail at the fact that if we are a believer and we bury our talent, or we waste our time, or we don't live for the Lord, there will be regret. Just as a side note, we're going to talk about this, but the Bible says he's going to wipe away every tear at the end of the millennium, at the end after the great white throne judgment, before the new heaven and the new earth. That's when he wipes away every tear. And so there may well be regret during that 1,000-year millennial kingdom. I think that's one of the important things we're going to look at here moving forward. I hope you stick with us. We're going to have a lot of things to talk about with the millennium. There's a lot of information. I enjoy studying it, and we're going to dig in deep over these next several sessions. Thank you.